Ladies and gentlemen, this is Get Set Go. You're listening to Singapore's Entrepreneurs Podcast.
Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of Get Set Go.
Yeah.
If you guys have not followed us on social media platforms, you guys can actually type Get Set Go and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. Today's session is we have both of us, which is me, Muhammad Alfahad and
Saiful Jazir.
follow us guys in social media platform. Okay, so for today's episode is we have a hot topic that we found on Straits Times. Recently it's been it's been posted at an article from Straits Times highlighting on this topic. Okay, hear me out now guys. Median monthly household income in Singapore above 10k in 2023 for second straight year consecutively.
Okay.
Now, our observation that actually we discussed, me and Saiful, was, okay, you guys hear me out. Okay, slower growth of income of 2.5% from year-to-year basis of 2022 to 2023 as compared to past decade of 3.4% annualized average rate. 2013 to 2023.
Yeah, so if you guys do not know what Alfahad is trying to say because it's very chim. Okay,
Too chim ini.
Yeah, it's Straits Times, okay guys, okay. What Alfahad is trying to say is normally year-to-year growth, right, it should be about 3.4%. Okay, by right, growth in income should be 3.4%. But recently, from 2022 to 2023, it has only increased to 2.5%. So it's there's an increase, but it's pretty little.
Sikit
Skip.
Why,
Quite bad. Yeah, so hence the reason why
we want to do this topic.
Yeah, we want to do this topic
cover
because
base,
I believe due to this observation and this thing that is actually happening to Singaporeans, right, may affect a lot of people in terms of how to survive throughout the end of the month.
Wow.
Yeah, because let's think about it this way. A lot, I think majority of Singaporeans in Singapore are working 8 to 5 jobs. Okay, and it becomes tough on them because their income, they don't see the income grow, or maybe they do see the income grow, but then it's not supporting them towards beating the inflation rate. So that becomes tough. And Alfahad, let me ask you this.
Sure.
I know you and me are both self-employed. We used to work we used to work as an employee before. I think.
Of course. Yeah.
And let's just say, let's put ourselves in. We're not here to talk about our self-employment.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what if we were still employed in Singapore. How do you think this would affect you?
Inflation.
Yeah.
A lot.
Plus this stupid, okay, I won't say stupid, I'm going to take back my word. Plus this growth of 2.5%.
Yeah.
And it should be 3.4%, but then we only saw our income increasing only at 2.5%, and plus recently there has been a GST increment to 9%. So how do you think, how would you face this situation? How do you think?
Okay, good question. Okay, Sai, if you were to ask me, I be on a career, the first thing that I really want to go for is actually OT, overtime.
Okay.
Because kau nak kena compensate balik pasal prices are rising.
Yeah.
Say I'm driving a car. Petrol really how much? If I
Okay.
want to go to work.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my cost of living. Say I have bills to pay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. That can be covered. But then also at the end of the day, bro, if I spend like what you mentioned, macam okay, almost reaching on the entire end of the month, then you like left with how much only?
Yeah.
That's the part I tell you I never enjoy anymore. I'm going to focus on working, focus to clock all those OT, overtime, which means people will start noticing me is that age. By end of the month, it's difficult to find Fahad. Because his time is always busy working either a second job, okay, maybe any platform working opportunities out there.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe food delivery or blah, 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 Lalamove and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but definitely I'll be preoccupied with my job more than 8 to 5.
I think most Singaporeans also will have faced this. Like I think recently it's not common. It's not uncommon for Singaporeans to work double jobs.
Sure.
Some of them most probably after work they will be hustling with Grab food, or like you say Lalamove and all of these things. They will try to find means and way to support their income growth because it's not enough to sustain themselves all the way towards the end of the month.
Not enough.
Yeah, I mean like let's put it this way. The 9% increment in GST already took a toll on a lot of people.
A lot.
And then right now we are talking about slower growth of 2.5%. 2.5, right? 2.5%. And I think people will not feel the increment because there's the recent hike in the GST.
Right.
Things are getting more expensive, but my income is not growing as per usual.
Right.
And people will start to, how to say this? They will start to take a pinch because you can feel that even though I earn a bit more, but then I could not buy the things that I still usually do.
Can I give you a context?
Yeah.
Okay, if I were to apply in my life, before this GST, we got accustomed in spending tau.
Yeah.
The spending power was big.
Yeah.
When it was cheap
Yep.
sekali come to the GST raise, it said, yalah, even my meals or foods necessities I got accustomed like keep spending. Okay, lunch definitely no problem, I can spend on this. Sekali when you go in on the prices and you see, yalah, this one how am I going to keep up with the bills?
Yeah.
One time I go to Giant already, I spend this much. Last time Chibai Kanina, I can fill in like maybe 3 trolleys, Now scale down to 1 trolley already.
Yeah. I think, like you said, things are getting more expensive.
Right. Excuse me.
Walk here. Yeah, I think
Things were getting expensive.
yeah, things are getting more expensive, and even food is getting more expensive.
Yeah, no doubt. Nasi Padang, how much already?
I think $7-8, bro, $9 sometimes.
There's a reason why we eat wohe.
Yep.
Almost the same pricing. Wohe also costs us how much?
Yeah, bro, that's the thing. I think that's the tough part. Things are getting more expensive and we are not keeping up to the expenses level.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the most struggles that we face as, not me, a lot of Singaporeans face when it comes to not having enough income to support their necessities.
Ask you one question.
Yeah.
You think our Singaporeans nowadays are trying to budget also not their life?
Oh, I think Singaporean.
Downgrade or not?
I think Singaporean has always been budgeting. I would say
Serious shit,
yeah, I think Singaporean has been budgeting. Let's put it this way lah. Okay, I'm a 26-year-old. For me to enjoy myself at my age is pretty supposedly normal.
Right.
Like okay, like I got a lot of friends who go to the club and all of this. Right.
Okay.
For them, to me personally, those are actually minimum standard.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like it's minimum.
Supposed to be your usual.
Yeah, it's supposed to be your usual. For them to okay lah, don't go every day lah. Okay, maybe
course,
in a month you go
Peak
twice.
days maybe Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, maybe twice in a month or once in a month. I think it's pretty okay to celebrate a bit because you just got your payday.
Right.
Yeah, but now the thing is right, not many of them are starting to go to the club anymore. It becomes like they, like you say, budgeting. I think they also start to realize that they cannot do this, they cannot afford this anymore. They have to budget themselves to that one. And I think
Scaling down their leisure time, bro.
Correct.
Which means I have to downgrade my leisure time to somewhere more minimally budget.
yeah, to prioritize on something else lah, basically. Yeah, I think that's the tough.
Habis apa? Prawning ke?
I think prawning also. Yeah, let's face it lah. There are a lot of places. I think like a lot of places have been increasing in prices. Even businesses who try to big businesses especially, they try to lessen down the cost for people to purchase their items. Right. Also want to lessen down. Also think 500 times because why? If they lessen down, they're not profitable anymore. It becomes tough. So that's I think the issue. Now let's brings back this question. Okay, how do you think Singaporeans actually will react? Okay, now this is our reaction already.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm playing the role as. I mean, we are both self-employed.
Yeah.
We might be wrong of how Singaporeans might actually react to this. Okay,
Sure.
but how do you actually think, right? Singaporeans, right, will react, right? One is the slow growth, the recent slower growth in their income increment, and then secondly, we recently just got hit with GST increment to 9%. Now you taking like left right uppercut from
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. You just got hit by that one hand, you're gonna get hit by another hand. How do you think Singaporeans will react to this?
Wow, if you ask, I think the first initiative, if I know that salary would not upkeep, my salary would not upkeep to the inflation, the rising of prices. I'll never stop hustling, never stop finding a way to make money. But one thing is going to compromise. I will throughout the whole entire year. I can give you a resume of my whole entire year is I got no time ready, bro. Because don't disturb me based on like, okay, I need to partake on this family activity for this, friends activity. Saya bro, come jom cakap keluar tak ada, saya aku nak kena cover. The first thing, a lot of my friends my age, I'm 34, a lot of my peers were saying, bro, tak, aku nak kena cover bro, nak kena cover bro. Every single time, right, is like They are preoccupying their time being busy to actually work for money.
Yeah.
Now that's not a lame excuse. Now that's a real reason why all of us are being disconnected from each other already. Because kita ada hal masing-masing.
Correct.
Okay, kita ada family. Aku ada anak, saya nak jaga. Something like that. My friends would say.
Yeah.
So in the end, okay, bro, aku nak kena cover kereta aku punya installment. Okay, looking forward for the next 2 months. Bini aku dah ajak aku pergi holiday.
Yep.
Aku tak tahu ni takkan bini aku nak tank ni semua bayaran. So aku pun paiseh saya sebagai bapa. And then some of them also have liabilities like maids to pay. Some of them are actually shifting to new house. So a lot of all these thing is coming like for the next few years upcoming is like we need to actually have an increase in salary. But if my job here right now is not providing me the means, the ideal salary for me to upkeep this kind of lifestyle living, I tell you bro, I have got to occupy myself with another job. So that's why a lot of Singaporeans have got to work actually. I try imagine bro, macam kau bangun pukul 6 pagi, habis hantar anak, lepas tu pukul 8 kau nak kena clock in, thumbprint kerja, habis balik dalam pukul 10. Kau tak penat ke? 7 days a week, some of our guys are doing.
I think the another thing we want to talk about, right, is if you look back, right, our last episode, right, we actually talk about how much money do Singaporeans need in order for them to upkeep
the ideal salary.
The ideal salary. We talked about that the last, and we both came to a conclusion that Singaporeans need to make at least 10k per month. Now, if you look back at the recent, I don't know whether it's a coincidence, but then bloody hell, right now they really showing say 10k per month.
Do you feel that this is the new normality, that this is the new standard that Singaporeans should be living at that kind of margin?
I think
of income?
It's not even a standard. I think it's minimum. I think it's minimum requirement. I've earned 5 figures in my pastime doing business, and I think for me, for a person, okay lah, some of you all might say, wow, you earn 5 figures, right, or you should be fine already. Honestly, right, I still feel the pinch when I'm earning 5 figures. I used to feel the pinch when I was earning 4 figures, but I still feel the pinch at the 5 figures. And I know for a fact, right, that people who still earn 5 figures, right, for example, if you earn like maybe within the range of 15k per month, right, you're still considered mid-lower income.
Serious?
You're not even middle income.
But it's 5 figure already bro.
Mid-lower income.
Damn.
Trust me. Okay, people, a lot of Singaporeans think that if you earn 5k per month, 6k per month, you're middle income. No. You're in the rates. Okay, you're in the rates. Okay. If you earn 10k to 15k per month, you're still in the middle-lower income. A lot of entrepreneurs out there who make 5 figures or even 6 figures out there, right, would vouch with me, right, say that it's still mid-lower income in Singapore.
Right.
Because it's not enough. Okay. And I start to feel the pinch when because I have 2 kids. Okay.
Understand.
And taking care of family is not cheap. Okay?
Sole breadwinner.
Yeah. Right now, sole breadwinner lah. So you start to feel the pinch somehow.
Right.
And I mean, I do have a bit of time,
right,
okay, but feeling the pinch of the economy still hurts. Hence the reason why I want to discuss this topic, because I know there are not many Singaporeans out there who make 5 figures. Okay, there are not many of us who make 5 figures. Even some of us who are running businesses out there, right, who are entrepreneurs, right, who just starting out to be entrepreneurs, right, not making 5 figures yet. But I worry. For me, is I'm not that
there's a deep concern.
Yeah, I'm like there's a deep concern of like how people are starting to live their life. I know if some of you think that I spend a lot of money out there, I don't spend a lot of money. I spend money on my transport. Okay. Haven't drive yet. Okay, soon. I take a lot of Grab. Okay, daily Grab. Food, I don't really eat outside. I smoke, so that's my necessities, and I don't really buy fancy clothes or anything. Blah blah blah. Yada 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 lah. But then the thing is, right, I still feel the pinch.
Right.
Making 5 figures, still I feel the pinch.
Right.
People may say that maybe your money management not good or whatsoever. Guys, trust me. Once you start to make more money, you will start to spend on more things. You start to have more liabilities that you need to put on. Yeah, I think this is going to be the next topic for ourselves. We're going to talk about financial blueprint, but then let's put that aside first.
Right,
okay,
for the next topic.
Yeah, so brings back, okay, to our, I think I got last question, okay.
Sure.
Now, since Singapore, right, I think Singaporeans start to feel the pinch, right? What do you think is the course of action for Singaporeans to get out of this particular situation, or how do I put this? Get out of this particular situation, because based on what the article I read, right, a lot of Singaporeans apparently are transitioning into self-employed.
Right.
That was in the article.
Right.
I think that was bring a light for me.
Yes.
It's a lot of Singaporeans start to realize that working in 8 to 5 is it's not the wrong thing, but it's not enough for them to.
At least we have a base covered for every month.
Yeah. But a lot of them has been transitioning into self-employment. Apa tu? A lot of them has been transitioning to self-employment. So it's either they're doing business,
right,
or they're working commission-based now. Because I think there's I think I would like to say this also.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we cannot control. Inflation we cannot control.
Right.
GST go up we cannot control. Slow in income growth also is something that we cannot control. But there's one thing we can control.
Sure. What is it?
How much money we make in a month. If you're working as a commission based, right, that is something that you can control. Your hustle will determine how much money that you make. I think that is something that is very important for a lot of us.
But I got a concern on the word hustle.
Yeah.
Okay. I have this concept and this thinking. The coefficient ratio of using time in exchange for money. Do you think the currency is always balanced right now? Is really completely fair right now, or it's like, Chiba, you work 12 hours only, but you bring back how much? You get the point.
Yeah, I think okay. I'm gonna say this. With a cushion.
Sure.
I think a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs right now, right, one mistake they make, right, is they think about how much time they need to hustle, and how much time they have left,
right,
to enjoy.
Right.
I think to this period of time, right, when you're starting your journey as an entrepreneur, right, the one thing that you need to stop thinking of, right, is how much time that you're wasting. How much time you're putting in for your work. Right. In order for you to get income,
right.
Because let's put it this way: if you want to have unlimited amount of income, right, then why are you calculating the amount of hours you're putting in for the things that are going to make you money? Because it doesn't make sense. Okay, you want unlimited amount of money, but you're complaining about the almost unlimited. You will feel like almost unlimited amount of work that you need to do.
Right.
Yeah. I always say this subsequently, right, you might start to feel the burnout and everything. That's why I say always tell the entrepreneurs, right, to pace yourself. I always tell my guys this. Okay, pace yourself. Okay, certain goals you need to see based on stats. If you really want the goal that you want, then you fight for it that month, and you fight like crazy and make sure it happens no matter what. You take accountability to your goal that you want. You take accountability to how much money you want to make.
Sure.
I think that is something a lot of people stop doing. Responsibility is something that everybody have. You have your responsibility. I have my responsibility. Yeah. I think a lot of the missing piece to that responsibility is accountability. I think what we need to do, right, is to be more accountable to the responsibility that we have. Responsibility and accountability is two different things. Okay. Responsibility everybody have. You have the responsibility to take care of your family. But whether you take care of your family or not, that's another story. Because it's just a responsibility. Okay. Same thing with goes to money. You have the responsibility to feed your entire family. You also have the responsibility to make money. Okay, whether you do or not is another story. But if you take accountability to say that I need to make that money, right, in order for me to sustain my family or sustain my life or make my life better, right, that is the accountability you must make. It means do whatever it takes in order for you to make the money, the thing happen no matter
what. Do what you say lah.
Yeah, do what you say. Yeah, I think that's on my side lah.
Do you think Singaporeans have enough leverage or not to even have the next step of the next course of action for them to make the step? What, you get what I mean? Not? Enough opportunity not outside there. What if I'm exhausting my whole hours of the day, seems not to be enough for the end of the month for me to calculate all my income, how much I'm earning? Should it be that just only that particular route, or is there another available route for me to take?
I think there's a lot of routes. I don't think there's only 2. I don't think there's only 3. But I think there's many routes that people can take in order for them to, what do you call this? Make a living. Okay, or even don't say survive. I think be better. There are many possible routes. But I know it's difficult for you to transition from I'm not encouraging everybody to transition. Look at the time
To self-employed.
Yeah. I'm not encouraging everybody to be self-employed.
Understand.
What I'm trying to say is there are many ways to make money. Okay, you get to decide how you want to make your money. Okay, I don't criticize people who wants to hustle, and even if they work 8 to 5, right? I respect people who 8 to 5 do their job very well and bring back the amount of income they're comfortable with. It is all fine. Okay, there's no criticism over there.
We shouldn't demonize that thing lah.
Correct. And but if let's just say if you feel like it's not enough, then take the right course of action. There are a lot of courses of action that you can take in order for you to make more money. Okay, it's gonna be definitely more tiring. It's gonna be a lot more hustle. There's gonna be a lot of more hard work, a lot more stress and everything. But I think it will be eventually more beneficial for you. Okay, hence the reason why just now I mentioned at the start of the podcast, I said that it's not uncommon. Okay, this is the hint. It's not uncommon anymore for people to work 2 jobs. Yeah. People need to stop thinking that in my life I'm only gonna work 1 job and I only can work 1 job because I'm tired afterwards. Yes, I know we're all tired. I know all of us are stressed out because of a lot of things that are happening around the economy and a lot of things that we cannot control. But I think me and Alfahad can attest to this. We both can agree that there are many ways to make money in Singapore. Going the normal route is one way you can go. Okay, there are many different routes that you can take, right, in order for you to make more money. I think that's what Singaporeans need to start to realize, right, that Singapore is the pinnacle of businesses where transaction always have transaction.
24 hours.
24 hours got transaction, right? From other country to Singapore, why are other overseas country are doing transaction in Singapore? It's because Singapore is really the place where businesses actually happen. You want to say the American dream, Singapore has the Singapore dream as well. It's just whether you choose to see it or not. I think that's the most important thing.
Right. Do you think, I got one particular question I want to ask you. Do you think this is the first sign that we understand impacting our country? Internet age is taking over a lot already. As compared to industrial age. Will it phase out industrial age or internet age at some point, right? Will fasten the ways of how our Singaporean will find new means of making income. What do you think about
I think if you go by trend, right? I might be wrong on this, but this is just my observation.
Sure.
I think industrial age will not die quickly as fast, but I think there will be lesser jobs for a lot of people, lesser opportunities for a lot more people. Last time people change job like change underwear like that, right? I don't think there's gonna be a choice for them anymore.
Now I want to keep my job.
I need to keep my job. I think it's different right now. I think now people are more like, okay, I work here, I must make sure I do my best and everything and all of that. It's not like last time you can change job like change underwear. Close eyes also, you go job interview, should get the job one. I don't think we are at this age, at this period of time.
Right.
Because a lot of people want that job. A lot of people willing to get paid lesser for that job because people are starting to not be picky anymore. A lot of people taking degrees to fight for higher positions and everything. But sometimes they don't even get a higher position as a degree holder. You get the average position. And that's the thing. I think... I honestly, right, am definitely worried, that people who don't start venturing into the internet era, right? What do me and Alfahad mean by internet era, right? Is basically
information age, guys.
So basically you use internet as a source of making tool for making money. Okay, because everything right now have... Let's face it, every business that don't have social media, that business should die one way or another. Now every damn business, right, that
once their
exists
hands on the social media
platform, yes, that is a social media platform for them to earn money. And we are in the internet age where even some of us, right, like for example, Afa is millennial, okay. Even if he's the guy who's hands-on, he needs to somehow figure his shit out, right, to study internet more time.
Have to.
Yeah, because that's where the money is right now. And I think we all need to sometimes bend down, bend everywhere, right, in order for us to figure out ways to make money. I think that's the starting point for a lot of us.
I get your point, because digital economy actually exists in a lot of
Yeah.
A lot of cash out there.
Yeah.
If we educate ourselves, gear ourselves enough, right, to have the exposure of social media, learning from the best of people who actually from across any generation who have actually made it, right, making money through internet, right, that will be another means of a good income that we can actually earn. Okay, why I'm excited to talk about this? Because since post-COVID economy until today, okay, of this year, some people are actually through internet. I'm through TikTok also. You guys can actually follow me through TikTok, and I've seen a lot of people are making small startup business through TikTok, advertising, publishing, making content, trying to connect with people, trying to sell their good products, sell their services through online. And I've seen a lot of people also making a stream of income towards that area, towards that zone.
Yeah.
So I think it naturally kind of transited from like, okay, because some of this background, this profile of people like used to be from MOE.
Yeah.
Used to be from government sector. Used to be like, okay, I have a career, in my resume would cover more than 10 years of that industry.
Yep.
But now also they are actually transiting towards that internet information age era of making money. So I do think right now, okay, but one thing boggles me is that is there any chance of us scaling even more than 5-figure at some point or not?
Definitely.
Have a solution.
I think 5 figures is a baseline for most of us. I think especially I'm gonna say this very bluntly because I believe in this strongly.
Okay.
A Singaporean, right? One Singaporean person, right, should at least make 10K per month.
Minimally.
Yeah, one person. I'm not talking about household income. I'm not talking gross income or whatsoever. I'm talking about you as a person should start making 10K per month at the very least.
Either accept this fact or the real harsh truth outside there, the reality will hit you back.
Yeah, I think that's the reality that a lot of people need. Yes, I know right now I think there are some people who make 7-8K living really good lives and all this. And they still can sustain themselves because probably they're very good at saving. But if you're like me, okay, who is spend a lot, okay, sometimes without thinking, okay, I think 10K is still your safest option right now.
Right.
I think a starting baseline of 10K is a safer option for you right now. If let's just say you have a full-time job, maybe find something else that can fit up to make for sustaining your monthly expenses.
Is there any possible way for us to increase our financial mindset or not?
Increase our financial.
So we can change our thoughts to make more to go with actions that help us make more money.
That's very easy.
Yeah.
Okay. That topic will be our next episode for financial blueprint.
That's it for today, guys, on our episode of Get Set Go. Do follow us, guys, on social media platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Me and Saiful here. Want to thank you all for listening to our podcast, and thank you guys once again. Sign out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Get Set Go. You're listening to Singapore's Entrepreneurs Podcast.